What's up, you guys? Matt Jablonski and Caitlin here with The Point of Change. Tonight is The Point of Change meets Curtis Nelson. One of Caitlin's personal friends is here to share his story, his life story of addiction and recovery. Curtis has been a follower of The Point of Change for a while now. You want to elaborate on that just a little bit?
Oh, yeah. So Curtis reached out to me a few months ago and had let me know that he had started following Matt here on The Point of Change and everything. It was cool because then we got to catch up because we hadn't talked in, almost like a decade or so, and get caught back up on life and everything we've gone through and trials and tribulations, and to see where he's at now and pushing forward through his own recovery and everything has been really awesome. Definitely.
Definitely. You guys like my clean shaven face tonight? The beard, the mustache, it's all gone. It's all gone. Tuesday, I'm going to trim it up all, baby face one more time. And then after that, we're going to let the beard grow back. But for now, I look like a baby. What's up, guys? Give me some likes, give me some loves, give us a share out in any addiction groups you may be a part of onto your own page or onto your own profile if you wish. Throw up a recovery date in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, something like that. Big Pete all the way from Texas. Dennis, how you doing? Yeah, long time no see. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Joni Faulkner, happy Easter, everybody. Sandy Miller, hey, y'all. Wow, I reeled for on before it started. Yay, you're here. You're here. Welcome, Sandy. It's good to see you tonight. Thank you all for being here. I hope you guys had a beautiful Easter. We had an awesome church service this morning. Thank you to everybody who attended church with us this morning. That was really awesome of the pastor to let me set up a tripod. Last week, we went through the Passion of the Christ. We went through the Passion Week all week last week. Next week, we're going back into just some normal recovery stuff, guys. All month, we're going to be focused on self-improvement and self-empowerment. So tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., come on back to The Point of Change. We'll be talking you and me recovery stuff. That's what's going to be going on for the rest of the month. All right, let me see. Dennis was 6 years and 7 months today. Right on. I just hit 50 months yesterday. Should we throw a recovery party?
Yeah.
Recovery party, recovery party, recovery party. Woo! Matt Holzum says, no, you don't. Hey, let's see. Joni Faulkner, Cape Breton, Canada, 82418. Right on, Joni. Thank you so much for being here. Celeste Brown, all the way from Seattle. Good to see you tonight, Celeste. Thanks for being here. Big Pete, thank you for the share, brother. I appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm not going to waste any more time here. Let's get this show on the road and throw up every heart in the world and help me welcome tonight's guest, Curtis Nelson. What's going on, brother?
It's going all right. I hope everybody had a good Easter today. I did myself, and I am excited to be able tonight share with you guys a little bit about my personal life and my personal story with drug addiction and recovery.
That's awesome, brother. I'm happy to have you here, man. It's good to get you on here after it's been a while. You wanted to come on a while ago, and it kind of slipped through the cracks, and now you're finally here, though.
And I think it's so awesome, too, that you are. Definitely. Puts a big old smile on my face.
Yeah, she's been happy
Well,
all
I'm
day.
glad I can put a smile on your guys' faces.
Definitely. It's good to have you here, brother. So why don't you let us know, where are you from?
I am I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, but
Okay.
I currently live in Indiana.
Oh, okay. When did you move out to Indiana?
I had moved out to Indiana about 6 months ago now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Any specific reason why you moved out there?
I had an issue with a past relationship, and I had lost my housing, and this was the best option for me at the time.
Right on, brother. Right on. Sometimes one door closes and another one opens.
Exactly. All right, so Maddie, do you want me to start with the announcement first or the story first?
We can do the announcement, and then we'll do the story, and then we'll tell them the announcement again later, just in case anybody missed it.
Okay, so for everybody who's here now, on Wednesday afternoon, am going to be dropping my first live video on Facebook talking about suffering in silence with whether it be drug addiction, mental health related issues, or physical health related issues.
That is awesome, brother. That's an awesome thing to do to make. I you know, as I may have a biased opinion, but I really think making videos for people is a good thing to do.
So we all have a different perspective too, so it really opens up the viewpoints for everybody.
Definitely,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So let's get back to more about you. When did your addiction start? When did you start to fall into addiction?
When did I start falling into addiction personally? Well, here's how it started for me. I was born with cerebral palsy, and I had grown up most of my life in a walker. And due to some unfortunate events, which I'll get into later, I am now wheelchair bound. But my addiction, technically, with anything, didn't really start until I was 12. But for me, I always thought, well, I'm just using to have fun. So for the first few years with me, it was just, oh, I'd go to a party and go on a drinking binge or whatever, and then I wouldn't do it for a while. And then the alcohol use and stuff really took off when I was 13. But the biggest contributor to that was when I was 6, my parents split up.
Okay.
And then when I was 7, I had went to a doctor and they had diagnosed me as depressed. And so I was on meds for a little bit, and then I got off of them, and then I started using alcohol to cope at 13. Until then, I was about 16, and then I had a very good friend of mine and my younger brother approach me, and they decided, well, I, at the time didn't want to be drinking so much because at the time I was 16 and already drinking practically almost every day, if not every day. So then my brother and a friend of mine introduced me to marijuana. And now marijuana's never really been a big issue for me. So I can't really say that, marijuana is an issue. I mean, everybody has their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But then, for a while after that, it went from the alcohol to the marijuana to then pills. And then after the pills, it went from pills to cocaine. And I was, at first with the pills and the cocaine, it was just, party time, whatever. And then within a 6-month period, it was completely, I was using every day, multiple times a day. I don't know, I know now, but back then I didn't know whether I was doing it to hide physical pain, emotional pain, or both.
Definitely.
But I know now that the main reason I was using was to comfort the emotional pain that I did not want to face. And I'm probably not going to be the only one in here to say this, but in my throes of addiction, I did some stuff that I am not proud of. I had scammed people. I had lied to people. I had taken loans from people and promised to pay them back and never did. And then finally, in 2011, no, actually, let me backtrack. In 2009, I had met my first wife. And her and I were together for 2 years. And she did not know at that point of my addictions or anything because I didn't tell her.
Mm-hmm.
But she eventually caught on when I would come home late, or I would come home not at all. And so she eventually caught on that something was wrong. And then finally, in 2011, I had both of my children. I love my children dearly. I did not have the kids personally myself, because obviously I'm not a woman, but so that for a while was enough to make me stop and reevaluate the situation a little bit. But that only lasted a few months. And then I was back to, my old ways again. And then finally, in between all those times, my mom was trying to help me. I had went to rehab twice in 2009 for my issues because my family had found out about it then. But then finally, towards the end of it, in 2012, toward the end of my throes of my addiction to the cocaine and the pills at that point, my mother had finally told me when I called her from the hospital, she said, "I'm glad to hear you're there instead of running the streets." Because she was the type that she had comfort in knowing that I was safe instead of running the streets. Because she knew if I was running the streets, I was doing something I wasn't supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think most parents understand that feeling too of thinking that, thank God they are where they are because they're not out there doing what they were doing,
Exactly. And then, so finally, when I was in the hospital, the doctor, he had seen me multiple times before this for the suicide attempt that I had tried to put me in the hospital. And finally, they were able to fix my medication to a point, and I said, you know what? I've got to accept that I have an issue now, and I've got to accept that I've got to take medication for it on a daily basis. And originally, when I first got my mental health diagnosis at 17, I was back in 2005, early 2006, I didn't want to accept it. So for a while, I was still running at that point to what gave me the numbing agent, which was the drugs and the alcohol and whatever else.
Definitely.
And then finally, in 2012, I said, you know what? I give up. I'm gonna try it their way and see if it works. And I don't know if it's by the grace of God today. I don't know if it's also that in combination with willpower or what it is, but something has worked because this is the longest amount of clean time I've had in many years.
Right on. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. How long do you got right now?
Right now, I have a little over 9 years, actually.
Wow. 9 years of recovery time. Amen. Throw up some hearts, guys, out there. Everybody out there watching, throw out those hearts for that. That is friggin' awesome, man. Awesome. So do you still attend meetings, or do you work a program today?
Honestly, I attended meetings for the first couple of years, and then after that, I got to a point where I had kind of viewed it as a life or death situation. So now it's more of, I look at it as, I go out and use again, I'm gonna die.
Right on, right on. That's some people might think that's a terrible mindset. I talked to my brother one time years ago, before I had really talked to him about recovery much. And I told him that I had that same thought that if I touch meth again, man, I'm a dead man. And he was like, wow, isn't that kind of a sad thought to think? And I was like, honestly, I love that thought because that keeps me where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, today, thinking the thought of the people that were in my life then to support me, and Caitlin, I hope not to make you cry here. I might cry myself, but Caitlin has been one of my strongest supporters since day one. When I've wanted to give up and said I can't do this anymore, whether it be because of physical limitations, mental limitations, whatever, she's always been the one in the background in my ear stating, you can do this. You don't have to give up yet.
Well, because I've always believed in you, man. You had a good heart, you had a good soul. Some demons had a hold of you there for a while. There's always been some real negative people, especially in the area we grew up to. There was a lot of naysayers, and for quite some time there, you were really good at hiding everything you were going through. I didn't even know half the shit you were going there for a while until you started opening up, and it was like, that's a lot on your plate.
The reason nobody knew was because I would use, and I wouldn't bring it with me. I would make an excuse to go home a few hours later to use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm super happy that I've always been able to be there for you, man. Like, I believe in you. Now you got over 9 years clean. Like, that's wild. Who would have thought that back in the day, It seemed like just making it one day or 1 week was such a battle itself,
And now today I look at it as, if I go out and do it again, I'm a dead man. And I've got way too much to live for at the age almost 33 to become a dead man.
Definitely. You got a lot more time here yet, brother. You got to make sure it's good time, right?
And you got a purpose, and you're still trying to figure out what that is. And like, I think that the fact that you're going to start doing some live videos and everything like that's so awesome. Like that you feel drawn to that. And like speaking about, the silent suffering in silence, like there's a lot of things that we all suffer in silence about that, it'll be, I think, really cool for you to kind of open that topic up and everything from your perspective.
Definitely. Anybody that's watching this, I couldn't tag your profile on this because I'm on StreamYard, but afterwards I'll make sure to tag your profile in the description of this video. So anybody go and give Curtis a friend request or follow his personal profile and check out his video. Wednesday on Facebook, you'll be live between noon and 1 o'clock. Sometime in there, you're going to go live?
Yes.
Awesome.
And I'm going to be speaking on the issues of suffering in silence, whether it be with drug addiction, mental health, or physical health, because I want everybody to realize that you don't have to suffer in silence, because the only way you do suffer, honestly, is in silence. If it comes out, you're not suffering in silence anymore.
And then the suffering is healed really quick once you open up.
Because then you realize you're not suffering alone. And with me with the drug addiction especially, my thing was always, I'm suffering alone. There's nobody out here doing this but me. And then finally I realized, I opened my eyes and I'm like, it's not just me. Because then I looked at it, and I mean, I come from a family line of drug addicts and alcoholics. So I don't want to say that there's a hereditary component to it, but I feel that personally, if you're exposed to it at a young age, it could perpetuate something.
Well, and I think that's a big thing too. Like you break the family chain of different bad habits and everything. Like just saying that I have that I will heal the women that came before me and the women that come after me by healing myself. You know, and
Some.
right. Your screen's starting to get real blacked out there, Curtis.
Oh, I know. I didn't turn my light on.
Oh, so we had to watch the sun go down with you, right on.
Yep.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So anybody that's watching, if you guys want to check out Curtis's videos, of course, like I said, he's going to be going live Wednesday around noon, 1 o'clock on Facebook. Tuesday, you're on Twitch going live, so that's pretty cool. That'll be 2 videos in a week for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Curtis, of course, has a brother of ours in recovery, also struggling with physical disabilities, having cerebral palsy and wheelchair bound now. Your story is going to bring some people some amazing hope, brother. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I decided to do this. Just because if I can bring hope to just one person, if I can reach one person, whether that be tonight, whether that be Tuesday, whether that be Wednesday, if my story can reach one person,
Mm-hmm.
and at least bring them to, if not get clean themselves at the moment, but at least consider it, then I can say, job well done.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Because as the saying goes, it's not about saving millions, it's about saving one.
Amen, brother. That's exactly it right there. Just one at a time. That's all we can do. One day at a time, one person at a time, one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm. Dad, I'm so proud of you for coming on here, man. The courage to actually get up here and share a part of your story. It can be quite nerve-wracking because you just never know if part of your past will come up to bite you in the ass or some kind of shit. But I'm super proud of you for coming on here and being open and honest and pushing forth in your recovery and honestly giving hope to everybody else and gaining a new perspective of things that you've gone through. It's awesome.
And honestly, I think I did it personally more as so people can get to know me on more of a personal level.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because if I can even bring inspiration to one person through my story, then I know I've done something.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. That's exactly right there. Let's see who we got for comments. I'll let you know what people are saying over here. Let's see. Angie says, that's my thoughts process. To relapse is to die. Definitely. Gavin Merritt. Hey, Gavin, how you doing tonight? Brian Parakovich, good to see you. Angie says, Caitlin is such a beautiful lady inside and out. Aww. Brandy Conklin, good to see you tonight. Christy Gunther, just popped in. Good to see you. Jax Carlson, amen. Never alone, never again. Right on. I like that, Jax. Break the cycle.
I love that comment.
Amen. Never alone, never again. Isn't that nice? That is awesome. Angie, I want to share my story, but I'm so scared to do it.
Angie, I'm going to give you a word of advice. Do it. Get it off your chest. You're going to feel so much better. For me, helping other people feels like a weight's been lifted off of my shoulders. And if my story is a way to help other people, then that's a good weight lifted off my shoulders.
Amen. And Angie, there's your own comment biting you right now. Pain shared is pain lessened right there. See, you answered your own question. Courtney Lay says, Happy Easter, y'all. And Christy Gunther, don't let fear win. I'd love to hear your story. Right on.
And I honestly think with all the people that come on here and share their stories, there's at least one person out there that is holy shit. They've been through something like I went through that I didn't think I could ever tell anybody, but this person right now is telling everybody on Facebook about it, And I think that's a really beautiful thing because it gives a lot of people courage just to be more comfortable with their stories, the things we've gone through.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, well, you wanna ask him a question, babe? Go ahead.
How's Indiana treating you? You said you've been over there for about 6 months now and everything, and that was the door that opened up. And how's everything going for you over there?
Sometimes it can be rough, but other times it's better. I mean, I'm not gonna go too much into why I had to leave, but for me, it was more either leave or legal trouble.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's probably still hard for you too because a lot of your family's still over here in Illinois, right?
Exactly. I mean, Mikey just recently moved to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Scott's still in Illinois. My mom's still in Illinois. I've got, a bunch of my friends still in Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in Wisconsin now. I never thought that would have happened.
Right? I don't think anyone really expected me to come back from the mountains. I wasn't ever really going to travel all that much, and then once I did, and then I don't think anybody expected me to come back. And I'm like, I ain't going to Illinois. I'll be right here in Wisconsin, though.
Jax got saved today, baptized at church this morning. Right on, Jax. That's
Congratulations.
Amen. Amen. That's awesome. Perfect day to do it, too. Easter. Ooh, good day to get baptized. Let's see. Yeah, so thanks for coming on tonight, Curtis, man. And honestly, like Caitlin said, it takes a lot of courage to actually get up here and do it. I've had people cancel on me all the time, so that's awesome. I really appreciate you pushing through and being here.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
True.
And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, folks.
Awesome, brother.
So, and I want everybody to remember, no longer suffer in silence.
Amen.
Right on. All right, brother. Thank you so much for coming on here, man. You have a good night.
You too, Maddie.
Love you, Curtis.
Love you too, Caitlin.
Well, there we have it, guys. The Point of Change meets Curtis Nelson. He's a personal friend of Caitlin Tanners. And Caitlin, what a good shout out he gave you.
I'm weird with compliments.
Hits you right in the feels he did, huh? Yeah. So thank you guys so much for being an attentive audience. If you're just joining us now, you can always catch the replay right here on the Point of Change. Of course, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central, we will be back to our normal live videos talking about recovery. All month, we're going with the theme of self-empowerment and self-improvement. So, and then of course, as Curtis said, he's going to be going live Wednesday around noon, 1 o'clock. If anybody wants to follow his personal profile there and check out his live videos, give him some support. He said if it takes off, it's something, then he'll consider making a page. So go check him out. See, he might bring you some hope, or if you know somebody who's suffering from some of the things that Curtis mentioned here, then tell them to check out Curtis's profile. Anybody that's here that wants to become a supporter of the Point of Change, it is a new month, April. So go ahead over to patreon.com/thepointofchange and get signed up as a monthly supporter. If you sign up at the $25 level, you get your name and recovery date added to the banner behind us as a founding member of Patreon. Thank you guys so much. Anybody that threw up stars during this live video, of course, thank you so much. The stars go to continue my mission here on the Point of Change. You guys have been an awesome audience. Thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay clean.